Welcome to today's Explainer. A huge welcome to all the focused learners and spelling bee hopefuls out there who are ready to completely level up their vocabulary. Today, we're unlocking something truly foundational. We aren't just, memorizing a random list of words. We're actually going to understand the very DNA of the English language.
So let's just dive right into our core question. How can just three little letters unlock hundreds of complex, honestly intimidating English words? Well, the answer is root knowledge. Understanding word roots is your ultimate secret weapon for breaking apart unfamiliar words. When you know the building blocks, you literally never have to guess a spelling or definition again. It's like having a master key to the entire dictionary.
All right, part 1, the root of time.
We're going to introduce the foundational root that we'll be investigating today, and I promise you, once you learn to spot this, you're going to start seeing it absolutely everywhere. Here it is, C-H-R-O-N, pronounced chron. This comes directly from the ancient Greek word chronos, which quite simply means time, or a stretch of time. So the fundamental equation you need to just burn into your memory right now is this. Whenever you see C-H-R-O-N, you should immediately think of time. It is a direct, undeniable link. Now, what's really fascinating is how morphology works exactly like math. Take a look at these basic root formulas. You might already know that phone equals sound, right? Like in telephone. Or graph equals right, like an autograph. Or Theo equals God. Well, chron equals time operates by those exact same logical rules. If you can do basic addition, you can decode complex vocabulary, for sure. Moving on to Section 2, the story of Chronos. To truly grasp how deeply this root is embedded in our language, we kind of need to take a quick step back into ancient Greece. We need to understand where this concept actually came from before it influenced Latin, French, and eventually modern English. Consider this beautiful metaphor from our sources. Chronos as the invisible river that carries every event forward. You see, ancient people didn't just look at time as some clock on the wall ticking away. No, they saw it as a moving, powerful force, a sequence or a period passing by. They watched the sun, the shadows, the seasons. And our modern English words inherited that exact same beautiful, dynamic sense of flowing time. Section 3, core root formula. So, the crucial point here is how we bring that ancient history into today. How does this ancient river of time translate into modern English word families? Well, picture a giant clock hand sweeping across the sky, while days, years, and events line up behind it like stepping stones. Every single word in the Chron family keeps that time idea at its absolute center. It basically branches out into 3 core categories: words about time itself, words dealing with a sequence of time, and words for tools that measure time. Whether you're reading old historical records or looking at a stopwatch, Chron is always working behind the scenes. Okay, Section 4, recognizing root variants. Now, here is where we need to be really sharp. This root is a bit of a master of disguise. It loves to morph its spelling to hide in plain sight, and if you want to master it, you've got to know its different costumes. Notice how the base changes slightly here. We have the standard chron, pronounced chron. Then chrono, pronounced chrono, which is often used when connecting to another root. We also have chronic, meaning lasting over time, and chronicle, a record of events. The spelling and pronunciation shift slightly depending on the word, but look at that meaning column, it always stays firmly anchored to time. And this brilliantly illustrates the secret behind why these spelling changes even occur in the first place. It's actually really simple. Greek and Latin roots add vowels and endings just to make pronunciation much easier for the human mouth. So don't let the variations give you anxiety. It's just language naturally smoothing itself out so we can speak it fluidly. Which brings us to Section 5, spotting hidden forms. Consider this a masterclass in detective work for advanced spellers. We're going to learn how to catch this root no matter where it hides. If you were ever in a high-pressure situation, like a spelling bee, use this 3-step mental checklist. Step 1, ask, does the word involve time? Step 2, is it about order, sequence, or duration? Step 3, does it measure, record, or compare time? If you answer yes to these, there is a very high probability that chron is hiding inside that tricky word, and you instantly know how to spell that portion of it.
Section 6, essential vocabulary to know.
Let's put this detective work into practice, shall we? We're going to do some rapid-fire field work, breaking down the essential vocabulary words every serious student needs to master. First up is chronology. Let's break down the morphology here. We have chrono, meaning time, plus lology, meaning the study of. So chronology literally translates to the study of time, or, more practically speaking, the arrangement of events in time.
Now pay attention because here is an insider spelling bee tip. Compare the correct spelling chronology against the very common mistake, chronology. See what's missing in the mistake? You must always remember that connecting O right after chron. It's chronology. Don't let that trip you up.
All right, let's move to chronicle. This is built from chron plus the suffix -ical. It means a detailed record of events in time. Think of it like a thick, dusty old book detailing a town's entire history year by year. That is a chronicle. Again, let's look at the common traps. Spellers frequently mess up the spelling of chronicle by dropping the H, giving us chronicle. Remember your Greek root. It needs the CH. And for the word chronic, meaning lasting for a long time, note that it only has one C at the very end. It's not spelled with a CK like the word sick.
Next, we have two fascinating measurement words, chronometer and chronograph. Remember our math equations from earlier? Meter means measure, making a chronometer an incredibly accurate clock, often used by sailors. Graph means write, making a chronograph a time-recording device, basically like a very precise stopwatch.
And just like with chronology, we have a crucial spelling warning here. Look at the correct spellings versus the mistakes. You have got to emphasize the importance of that connecting O. Chronometer, chronograph. When we speak fast, it sounds like an A, right? Which is exactly why chronometer is such a common, tragic mistake in spelling bees. Trust the root, not just your ear. Okay, here is where things get really fun. Look at the word synchronize. The root chron is hiding right smack in the middle. We have syn, meaning together, chron, meaning time, and eyes, meaning to make. So synchronize quite literally means to make happen at the same time. It's a brilliant illustration of how prefixes, roots, and suffixes just snap together like puzzle pieces. And this actually builds out an entire family of words. By changing the ending to us, we get the adjective synchronous, describing things happening together. But here's the real magic trick. If we drop an A at the very front to make it asynchronous, that single letter completely reverses the meaning to not happening at the same time. Mind-blowing, right?
Finally, we have anachronism. This is a highly common spelling bee word. Ana means against, so this literally means against time, or something that does not belong in its proper time period. When spelling this, watch out for the ending. It is ISM. Do not be tempted by the tricky YSM you see in the common mistake column.
To wrap things up today, I want to leave you with a fun thought. A smartphone showing up in a movie about medieval knights, that is a perfect example of an anachronism. It's against time. So what anachronisms can you spot in your favorite historical movies? Take your new chrono detective skills out into the real world, keep analyzing those roots, and I promise you'll never look at the dictionary the same way again. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.